Welcome to the Daily Devo. My name is Jeremy, and today I want to talk about what happens when we want our service or our gifts to be seen by others. Years ago, I attended a conference as a guest, and they were doing an offering part of the service and had a guest speaker in that day. The person in charge of the conference shared the vision of the conference and what they were trying to build. The guest speaker stands up dramatically and he pauses to make sure that everyone can see him. He then walks slowly up the stairs of the stage and you can see he has an envelope in his hand. He proceeds to get the microphone from other speakers and starts talking about the project the conference was working on. This man spent 10 minutes talking about the special gift he was bringing. He names the amount and spends even more time essentially bragging about his special gift. It was pretty awkward, and I was reminded of what Jesus said in Matthew chapter 6 and verses 1 through 4. Let's read it together. The verses say, "Be careful not to practice your righteousness in front of others, to be seen by them. If you do, you'll have no reward from your Father in heaven. So when you give to the needy, do not announce it with trumpets as the hypocrites do in the synagogues and on the streets, to be honored by others. Truly I tell you, they've received their reward in full. But when you give to the needy, do not let your left hand know what your right hand is doing, so that your giving may be in secret. Then your Father who sees what is done in secret will reward you." These verses give us a blueprint for generosity and serving. It's clear that this man is receiving his reward on earth and not in heaven. This passage highlights the importance of giving selflessly and without seeking recognition. It reminds us that true generosity comes from the heart and not from a desire to be seen as generous by others. Instead of seeking praise or recognition, we should strive to give in secret with the intention of helping those in need. Generosity is a fundamental aspect of our Christian faith, and it is closely tied to our understanding of God's love and provision for us. We're called to give freely, just as God has given to us. When we give generously, we demonstrate our trust in God's provision and our willingness to share the blessings that we have received. It's a reminder to ourselves that we are stewards of what God has given us. When we give and serve in secret, it assures that God gets all of the glory rather than it shifting onto us. When we give generously, we can experience a sense of joy and fulfillment that comes from knowing that we have helped someone in need. The cool thing is, at the end of the verse, it tells us that God sees what we do and rewards us for it. That reward we get is seen in heaven. You may think, but I want something now, and I understand that, but maybe think long term. The Bible tells us that heaven is for eternity. Would you rather have something that lasts for eternity, or would you rather have a reward with something here on earth that is temporary? Let us remember that giving is not just an act of kindness, but also an expression of our faith and trust in God's provision. Let's be inspired to give freely and to give generously, knowing that our Father in heaven sees what is done in secret and will reward us according to his grace and mercy. Thanks for joining us today on the Daily Devo.